Man-to-man now with a slight twist this week. Maybe a mismatch from a size standpoint, but we're going to make it work.
We are going to make it work, and we're talking about, I'm not a cornerback, but you are a receiver. All right. So we're going to go with the receiver-cornerback matchup. So let's start off with your boy Jordy Nelson going against Jackrabbit, Janoris Jenkins, in that matchup.
Jordy Nelson looks great in that number 87, doesn't he?
You like the number?
I like it. But listen, Jordy Nelson is balling, man. He started off slow this year, wasn't 100%. Seemed like he's starting to find his groove right now. Led the league in touchdowns with 14. He's fifth in the league in receptions with 97. He's starting to find his swag. Aaron Rodgers doing the magic that he always does and seems to always find.
Well, he is. He's a great route runner, but when you talk about Janoris Jenkins and the guy that can do a lot of different things, he's physical at the line. He plays great man-to-man technique. And when you talk about other receivers matching up, he can match up with the big receivers, the small, quick twitch receivers, and the possession, the bigger guys like yourself who like to stretch the field and can body guys up. So
okay, I like that. I got the New York Giants receivers versus this Green Bay secondary.
Well, the Green Bay secondary has been decimated, not only with injuries, but giving up big plays. They have multiple receivers that scored that has over 200 yards going against them.
Yes, they do.
186. Thielen had 200. You have a lot of receivers that go out for big yards. And then when you talk about the Green Bay Packers defensive backs losing 3 DBs last week, that's going to be a problem. Now, if you're Odell Beckham Jr.
I want the ball.
You want the ball. But if you're Shepard and you're Victor Cruz, you got to say, stop talking about Devontae Adams. Stop talking about Jordy Nelson. We got an opportunity with Eli, who plays great on the road and in the playoffs, to make some yards against this secondary.
If I am the New York Giants receivers, I'm licking my chops. You can pick your parts however you want. You want to double Odell Beckham? Then you got Shepard and you got Cruz. We know what those guys can do. You can't stop everybody. Somebody's going to have single coverage, and that guy that has single coverage is going to tear him up. You mentioned Eli. Eli, 2 Super Bowls. He went through Green Bay. He can get it done. So I like these Giants receivers.
Eli has won more playoff games, or the same playoff games, as Aaron Rodgers at his own house. So let's start talking about these cornerbacks and these receivers. Let's talk about another matchup with Cam Chancellor and the Seattle Seahawks, okay? You talk about Ebron, a guy with the Detroit Lions. Tate is going to have his numbers. Yeah. We expect Marvin Jones to do pretty good work. If I'm looking at this game right here, and I'm Stafford, I have to find a way to attack. The way to attack this team, in my opinion, is go after Cam Chancellor. I know he's a beast in the middle of the pocket, and I know he's one of those guys that a lot of people fear. But if you're Ebron, isn't that an opportunity for you to make hay?
It is. But the question is, can Ebron actually do it on a consistent basis? We've seen, flurries of him where he looks like he's the best thing since sliced bread. Then you see sometimes where he doesn't show up. I think that's going to work as a disadvantage to him, but this is a chance for Eric Ebron to show the nation what he can do.
You want to go into the link and make some plays, you're going to have to get good quarterback play, and you're going to have to get tight end play by Eric Ebron. Only 1 touchdown this year.
That's rough.
Yeah, so you better get it going.